The father forced his own son to choose a new mother from among 5 wealthy women in front of everyone. But when the boy pointed to the poor cleaner, what the father did next left the entire party in silence. Her name was Isadora, a 25-year-old cleaner, simple and quiet. She had been working in the mansion of businessman Leonardo Faraz for 4 months. He was a powerful, distant widower, and without realizing it, Isadora was not only taking care of the house, but also of the heart of his 8-year-old son, Lucas. That day, Isadora was cleaning the glass table when she saw 5 luxury cars pull up at the entrance. From them stepped out 5 impeccable women: Beatrice, Victoria, Regina, Cassia, and Sylvia. High heels, designer handbags, and noses held high, as if the world belonged to them. From the balcony, Leonardo spoke to his son. "Son, these are the 5 women who will stay here for 30 days. At the end, you will choose one to be your new mother." Lucas looked down, curious. But before he could even look at any of the women, a loud shout filled the room. "Useless cleaner, you broke my glass." Isadora was on her knees, picking up the shards, her finger bleeding. Beatrice crossed her arms and said loudly, "That glass costs more than your entire year's salary. People like you shouldn't touch expensive things." Lucas ran downstairs. "Isa, you're hurt." She pressed her finger, eyes lowered. "It's nothing, my love, just a small cut." The 5 women watched their closeness with disgust. But Leonardo saw something he hadn't expected. His son was smiling genuinely, but only when Isadora was near. Over the following days, the perfect candidates did everything they could to win Lucas over. Expensive gifts, imported tablets, promises of trips to Disney, elite schools, and a remodeled bedroom. Lucas was polite but distant. Then Isadora walked in carrying a tray. "I made cinnamon cookies and brought colored paper so we can do origami after your homework." The boy's face lit up instantly. "Really, Isa? You remembered I wanted blue and red?" "I remember everything you like, my love." The 5 women froze. It was obvious that nothing they did could create the bond Isadora naturally had with him. From that moment on, the dirty war began. They deliberately threw trash on the floor, hid cleaning supplies, and whispered loudly in front of Lucas. Children should know the difference between family and hired help. But Leonardo had already installed cameras. He saw every humiliation, every insult, every trap. And he saw his son defending the cleaner. "You're all mean to Isa. I love her more than all of you." In that moment, 30 days passed, but the mansion felt heavier than ever. The 5 perfect women were desperate, nervous, and angry. They all knew the same truth. Lucas didn't smile at any of them, only at Isadora. One night, during the farewell dinner, Leonardo stood at the center of the hall. All the guests waited for the moment everyone had been talking about. Which woman would the child choose to be his new mother? The 5 candidates sat straight, smiling for the cameras, pretending elegance. Isadora stood far behind them, wearing her simple uniform, trying to be invisible, trying not to tremble. Leonardo called his son forward. "Lucas, you spent 1 month with all of them. Now tell me, who do you want as your mother?" The room fell silent. Lucas looked at the 5 beautiful women. Then he turned around. Slowly, clearly, he pointed at Isadora. Gasps filled the hall. One of the women shouted, "She's just a maid." "This is a joke." Another added, "That girl cannot raise a child like him. Leonardo, do something." But Lucas stepped in front of them, eyes full of courage. "She's kind. She plays with me. She remembers everything I love. She protects me, and she never pretends." He walked to Isadora and held her hand. "She already feels like my mom." Isadora covered her mouth, tears falling. "No, Lucas. I'm just here to care for the house." Leonardo interrupted. "Isadora, you cared for much more than the house. You cared for my son's heart, something money could never buy." He turned to the angry women. "I invited all of you because I was blind. I thought perfection came from wealth, beauty, or status. But my son showed me what truly matters." Then he faced Isadora, voice steady. "If you accept, I would like you to stay in this family, not as an employee, but as Lucas's mother. And as my partner." The hall froze. No one breathed. Isadora shook her head, overwhelmed. "Sir, I don't belong to your world." Leonardo smiled softly. "You belong to the world where my son finally laughs. And that is the only world that matters. Lucas hugged her waist tightly. Please stay, Mom. Isadora finally broke, crying as she hugged him back. Then yes, I'll stay. The guests stared in disbelief. The 5 wealthy women left in silence, defeated. And in that mansion for the first time in years, Lucas had a real family, not chosen by society, not chosen by money, not chosen by love.